I'm Nina Samuels, and this is my presentation, The Artistic Approach, How Art Can Help the Environment. So, just recently, displays had been set up in the campus library advocating for environmental sustainability. This campaign looked a little something like this. When I saw it, I didn't stop to read it. I just walked on by. In fact, almost nobody around me was reading it either. It's not like all of us thought it wasn't important, although I'm sure some of us did. Nobody stopped to read it because they simply weren't interested enough. This got me thinking about environmental art. Art can often be a better way of communicating an issue to people because it has the ability to convey emotion and get people to see things from a different perspective. So, a little background on my issue. Environmental damage is a growing and severe problem facing the entire globe. This damage is the direct result of human pollutions contaminating the earth and damaging the atmosphere. Despite how pressing this problem is, not everyone believes or knows enough about it to do much. As artist Zoe Leskaz states in her 2018 article on environmental artwork, human-induced climate change, which certain politics deny and many of us choose to ignore, threaten the survival of every species on Earth. It is important that people are educated about the environment, but past ways of teaching don't seem to be very effective. This is why many artists have stepped in and themed their work to that of environmental sustainability. Regardless of the form in which they use, environmental artists are striving to bring awareness and make a positive impact on the planet. This is one piece of environmental art that I found that I think is a good example of how art can help people see things from a different perspective. Unlike a fact or poster board, this might catch your attention. You might see this and think, what is it? Who are they? And why aren't they wearing any clothes? You could see the green figure in front of the industrial wasteland, falling or perhaps dying because of environmental harm. Perhaps it's Mother Nature or just another symbol of Earth. As for why they're not wearing any clothes, the artist could have been trying to show how the figure is vulnerable or exposed, much like the Earth is right now. Journalist Justin Stewart states in his 2017 article on climate change, "Art is often an easier medium to communicate to people in an effective way. Art, by nature, informs and changes perceptions. Artists use art as a way to give viewers another perspective into this problem and relate it to their own lives. This personal connection can be made with a variety of different art forms. Anything from painting, drawing, and photography to animation, sculpture, and recycled material art can be effective." Here is another example of environmental art. This is obviously a large-scale mural on the outside of a public building. Imagine this being on the side of your apartment or on your commute to work. Every day, you would be subtly reminded about the environment. Over time, you might be more conscious of your bad habits in regard to the environment. Perhaps you will think twice before you pick up another single-use water bottle or use the plastic bags at the grocery store. Just one person doing this won't help the environment much, but a few hundred or 1,000 or however many people saw this mural and were impacted by it just might make a difference. Public artworks like this affect us all individually and as a community. Artist Alexis Fraze touches on this in her 2018 blog. Environmental sustainability is at its root about health, safety, and long-term integrity of the places where we all live, work, and play. Here is yet another environmental art piece. This one not only brings awareness to plastic wastes in our ocean, but also finds a way to repurpose plastic bottles as well. Art curator Bill Chamies explained similar artworks to this in his 2015 article on recycled art. He explains, anyone who has seen an empty plastic bag or food wrapper blowing down a city street knows the problem. But by layering these pieces of packaging into colorful artworks, such as Linda Fernandez's Cornerstone Mandala, we become more aware of the scope. Artwork with recycled material is a very effective way of educating people about the environment, and it is used everywhere from in elementary school classrooms to Earth Day fairs. In artworks like this, we are reminded not of our personal fault, but that of our society and government. In this piece, the artist is trying to bring awareness to the lack of change our politicians are bringing to the earth. Professor Ann Keller states in her 2018 scholarly article, "Environmentally themed art is increasingly addressed in research as a means to raise awareness of environmental problems and motivate pro-environmental behavior." After seeing this image, you might pay more attention to policies that political candidates are supporting and cast your vote accordingly. Environmental artwork, no matter what size or medium, can bring awareness and just maybe impact our world. As more and more galleries and modern museums bring environmental art into their displays, we're beginning to see a difference. Hopefully, you all could see how environmental art can make a difference and positively affect our planet. And these are my references.